Objective. We will listen and retell key details from the text. All right, so today's text is called What Do You Do with a Problem? So I'm going to add the title of that text, Knees to Knees Synergy Sandwiches, Ham and Cheese. I want you to think for a moment. When you have a problem, how might you feel when you have a problem? Ham, tell your buddy how you feel when you have a problem. When I have a problem, I feel, I'm listening while I write. Go ahead.
When I have a problem,
Cheese? How do you feel when you have a problem? When I have a problem, I feel. Okay. Please slant to me.
Okay.
Now, before I pull any sticks, I heard an answer that really described to me when I was kind of listening to you guys, something that I connected to or that I relate to, and that was Madison's answer. Madison, would you like to share your response with your friends? Okay, please. Okay, Madison, when you have a problem, how do you feel?
There's a dark cloud over my head.
So put that in a sentence. When I have a problem.
When I have a problem, I feel like there's a dark cloud over my head.
Ooh, anybody else ever feel like that when they have a problem? That there might be a dark cloud over their head? If you've ever felt like that, go ahead and show her agree or disagree. Okay. All right. Madison, go ahead and close her mom because her mom cheers her up. In today's text, I want to challenge the way you look at or think about your problems. Okay? We've talked a lot about having a growth mindset and how when things are difficult for us, what does that mean is happening to us? Go ahead and shout it out. What's happening to us when things are difficult?
Growing.
We're growing, right? Okay. So I want you to kind of embrace this idea today that maybe there's another way to feel about our problems, and that it's normal and natural to feel sad or upset or angry or even worried or scared, but that we can find hope and we can take charge of our problems by looking at it from a different perspective or having a different way of thinking about our problems. And that's what we're going to do with our text today. So go ahead and scooch in nice and close. And I'm going to share this wonderful story with you. Some of you may have heard this story before, and that's okay. When we listen to a story more than once, what happens?
We grow.
We grow. Yeah, it's normal for people to read stories more than once. Good. Here I go. What Do You Do with a Problem? Written by Yobi Yamada and illustrated by May Besson. I don't know how it happened, but one day I had a problem. And I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. I really didn't like having the problem, but it was there. Sometimes the problem is outside of our circle of control. We don't get to choose that it's raining today, right? Okay, so now I am going to show you my thoughts and feelings on this. And when we go to workstations, you guys are going to reflect and show me your thoughts and feelings on it. Got it? Okay, before I get started, I want you to go ahead and slant your buddy knees to knees, synergy sandwiches, ham and cheese. And I want you to think for a moment about the illustrations, okay, the drawings or illustrations. What is one thing that you noticed from the illustrations that represented something important to you? I gave you the example of the character, how the character might have not just been a little boy in the book, it could have been me. And I also gave you the example of this big storm, how the storm represented the problem, okay? So go ahead and tell your buddy something that you noticed about the illustration. Ham, go first. I noticed the illustration had a storm, and that reminded me of a problem. Okay? Cheese. When you're ready, your turn to share. I noticed.
Growth
swallow him. Good. High five. Go ahead and give your buddy a synergy high five. And please slant to me.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to share Zane's idea, and I'll actually draw Zane's idea. Zane was talking about how he thought that big, ugly, scary, dark problem was so big that the boy thought it actually was going to swallow him up. Okay? He felt like the storm was so big it was swallowing him up or consuming him. Okay? So that's a pretty big, deep illustration, right? Do you think the illustrator had a really good way of sharing the author's message?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Now, let's switch over to something we know can help. The 7 habits. I want you to think about the end of the story where our character, which could be any one of us, made some changes in his mindset. So let's circle first. What kind of mindset did he have at the end of the story? 3, 2, 1. What kind of mindset? Not happy mindset. What do we call that? Growth mindset. The growth mindset says, I can and I will. I'm going to circle growth mindset. And cross off fixed mindset because he made a change. He said, no fixed mindset. I'm going to tackle. Brody said habit 7 because after he faced his problem, then he was able to take care of mind, body, heart, and soul. Very good. All right, now the last part would be the feelings emoji. Whoops. Thank you, dear. So at the end of this text, I would say for me, I'm going to draw somebody who is empowered and determined. So this is not angry. This is somebody who has bright eyes and says, I can. That is the face of a determined emoji, okay? Not mad. It looks a little evil, but that's not what I'm going for here. This is the look of a face of somebody who feels empowered, like, yes, I am going to face my fear. I'm not afraid. I can do this. I can make a difference. I can solve my problem. Show me your determined, empowered face. Let me see it. Show your buddy, this is my determined, empowered face. Let me see your empowered face. Oh, I love it. All right, please slant to me. Okay. All right. The last part is actually really easy to find in this text, and that is the author's message. So I will grab that from that last page, and it said, I love this one. Every problem has an opportunity for something good. You just have to look for it. So if you can hold that open for me, I'm going to write the author's message one last time. Every problem, help me sound it out. Problem has, how do I spell has? First you take the nation, has. There is no Z. Every problem has an opportunity is a big one. You ready? Watch this. Opportunity. Say, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
That's a big word.
That's a big one.
Every problem has an opportunity for. How do I spell for? F-O-R, for is written. F-O-R, for is written. Every problem has an opportunity for some